will probably tell Disney, "Hey, we're back in. We're really back." Like,
welcome everybody to another edition of the Heroes Peak podcast. I am your host Chris, and with me today we have our normal crew every day with me, kind of like Kirk has Spock, and one of those other guys that you're used to.
what?
It's James and Mike.
Not a Trekkie. You could have said Bones, Scotty, Sulu.
I could not. It just wasn't
It's
coming
Kirk,
to me.
Spock, and Han Solo, I believe.
Chewbacca. Isn't
That's
Chewbacca
right.
the pilot over there?
Yeah, Millennium Falcon of the Enterprise.
All right. So today we are talking Eyes of Wakanda, the new. I guess it's kind of an anthology. It's a television miniseries, 4-episode animated series streaming on Disney Plus within the Marvel universe. And apparently, it's the 15th television series of the Marvel universe. Seems like a lot. Like,
Yeah.
has there
So
been
that's
15?
about right.
I can
Yeah,
name
think
like
about it.
6.
15
Hawkeye
Marvel TV shows?
and Echo, Daredevil. Yeah, dude. It's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Whew.
Are you counting all the Netflix shows? Or is that just
No, I'm not
Disney
even
Plus?
counting those.
All right.
No, Disney Plus.
And
Okay,
Agents of
we're
S.H.I.E.L.D.
getting
and
sidetracked here, but I'm going to go with it. Okay, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye,
New
Moon
Loki.
Knight, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Secret Invasion,
Legion,
Loki, What If, Echo,
What if two?
Agatha,
Cloak and Dagger.
Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man's on here. I don't know if I agree with that one. Daredevil, Born Again, and Ironheart. Eyes of Wakanda. Then we have Marvel Zombies coming up, Wonder Man, Daredevil, Born Again, Vision Quest, and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2.
It's a lot.
There's a hell. They are including a few things I'm not sure about, but I guess when you do...
Yeah, I wouldn't count the animated. I don't know. I try to keep the animated stuff separate.
Well, I mean, we're talking animation right now, so why not?
I guess. But
So speaking of which, so I was looking it up. I was looking for the studio that produced this because the animation is its own style, completely different than What If. And it says it's produced by Marvel Studio Animation with Proximity Media. And I was like, who's Proximity Media? Well, that is the production house owned by none other than Ryan Coogler.
Oh shit!
So as we're talking, we've got 2 shows we're planning on talking about, 2 different episodes here, but 2 shows, Ironheart and this, that are both executive produced by Ryan Coogler. So very
well,
interesting.
I figured Wakanda. Even if it wasn't his studio, I know he was still producing it, right? Yeah.
So anyway, let's just go right into this. It's only 4 episodes. It's going to be a relatively short one, I think. So this follows, let's see if I can say this. I looked it up. The Hatu Sur Ase.
Hatua.
The what now?
The Hatu.
Spit on that thing?
The Hatua girl.
Always sunny one.
The Hatu Sur Ase.
Chalk. No. Oh my God. Sorry, Chris. I'm going to interrupt you for it.
I'm trying not to summon the dead.
Chomp Chua.
Chewing that thing.
Chew on that thing. You got to watch that episode, Chris. That was hilarious.
All right.
Yeah.
So now that I've wrecked something, so basically we follow 3 episodes of characters from the past, from this Wakandan special unit that are trying to retrieve these artifacts.
3 episodes? I thought it was more than that.
It's 4.
It's 4 total, but we follow 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Where characters from the past are trying to retrieve. Well, I guess all 4 of them have this, but they kind of start mixing together in the final episode, trying to retrieve Wakandan artifacts from a moment in time. And just those little adventures. And then the final episode takes that, and then you kind of jump into the future, and then the future and the past mix, and they tell you why it's important that Michael B. Jordan's character is in Black Panther
It's important.
is
Yep.
looking at the artifact. It has to be that way. Again, the prime timeline or
Sacred timeline.
The sacred timeline kind of stuff. All right.
So that's an interesting. Before we get into the show in depth,
Mm-hmm.
it's an interesting way to keep it within the multiverse saga too,
Right.
because
So
we are in the
alternate
multiverse saga,
timelines. Yeah.
right?
Now we got one more
I
phase
thought that
of
was
this
cool.
shit. But go ahead.
And then no more Marvel forever.
Yeah, something like that. All right. So let's just put it this way: did you guys have a favorite episode? Um, we've had discussions offline that you're not going to see here, especially with some other folks in our basketball chat about favorite episodes and what episodes saved the series for them or what they didn't like. So I'm just gonna go straight out and ask you guys, what was your favorite episode?
So I'm probably going to say the one with Iron Fist, the third one.
Oh, that was cool. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know what order it was. It might have been the second one, but the one with Achilles.
yeah,
That
that
was my
one's
favorite.
good too, though. I know. I was just thinking about that. With
I was
like a
gonna say
rehash.
the Achilles one
Was
as
that the
well.
second one? It wasn't.
Second
It
one,
was the
yeah,
second episode. It was really well done, and I
yeah,
thought what I liked most about that one is the first one and the second one kind of merged. Like the end of the first one merged into the second one because the lady, the the assassin or whatever you call her from the first one was the old lady in the
Correct.
second one. And then they didn't do that again.
Yeah,
Like, why not?
they
Why did
jumped
we
into
just
the Iron
skip
Fist
that?
ones some several hundred years later, and then
yeah.
Wait,
what?
okay.
You're confused about the timeline, how far the age gap is between.
I'm really confused because why do I remember? I thought I remembered like another episode, but I'm
Wasn't there like 5 episodes,
completely
guys?
don't mind my brain. I thought
No,
there was
Yeah.
five
it's only
episodes,
4. There was only 4.
but wasn't there an episode with like an annoying dude and
You think of the finale? No.
Annoying dude. So
no?
the
So there was
the
an
only annoying
episode
dude I can
where
think
the
of was the
guy was.
prince. The prince was with the one dude
That was
infiltrating
the
I'm
finale.
gonna look it up right now.
Oh no.
Troy.
That's
That's
the
the
Achilles.
Was that the
finale,
one.
but
finale?
there was
Yeah.
one after the no, I guess it is that one. Okay. So this is what I'm mixing up. So in the third episode
Chris
with
just said all
God
black people
damn.
look alike, and I can't
Already.
tell which
We're not even
episode is
5 minutes
which.
in.
no, so with the third episode, Mike was talking about the Iron Fist, and I'm like, yeah, that was cool. I
Yeah.
forgot that the main protagonist in that one was the annoying dude I was thinking of. So
Oh, the cock, because he was cocky about I
he was
completed my
basically a liar.
mission. Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, it was fun. Like the tone of it was more
Hmm.
jovial and fun. Everybody else was rather serious, and so the tone change kind of threw me a bit.
Right, and the one with the prince was the fourth one with
Yes,
the
that was the
with the
finale.
axe.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's where I was getting mixed up. I'm like, where was that
Mhm.
character that was annoying me, and I couldn't remember. It was in the third episode.
Right.
So, yeah, that was probably my least favorite episode, even though I liked the Iron Fist of it.
Nah, the first one is my least favorite
Yep.
episode. The first episode.
I really like that one. I like that one better
There's
than the
nothing that
finale.
was. The reason why I put the Iron Fist one above is because the Iron Fist character to me was so much better. It done so much better than the Netflix version. I could not put it as dead last.
That does not take very much.
So yeah, to me the opening episode to me
Yeah.
was my least favorite. It almost sunk the entire series for me.
Wow.
Same. It wasn't bad. I didn't think it was bad though. It
Oh,
was
I
just
really liked it.
it was kind of like, okay, I watched this first episode. I wasn't that impressed, but let's see what the next one brings. And luckily, the next one was way better.
Hmm.
So,
Mm. See, this is what I find interesting is everybody I've talked to, they order these differently for themselves, like
mm,
what their favorite, what their least favorite is. It doesn't seem to be consistent. Where, a lot of times you see like a consistent. Everybody really loves this one, and then like things mix. But um, the IMDb ratings on these are pretty
All of
low.
them, really?
Yeah, so the highest rated one is the fourth one, and it's got a 7 out of 10, which I mean
No,
isn't
7 for
terrible,
yeah.
IMDb
but
is pretty
it's
good. Anything
relatively
from
low.
7.0 and above is good. I've learned that throughout since the pandemic. Yeah,
Oh yeah, for
yeah,
IMDb that's all right. All right, because
So,
it's what six
yeah.
point
You
six,
rarely
six
get
point
anything
seven,
above
six point eight,
8.4
and
on
7.
IMDb. Almost never.
and to be fair, it's not a lot of votes when you consider
Yeah,
because each one's got about 1,000
I
votes. That's
trust
not a
IMDb
lot for
a
IMDb.
hell of a lot more than Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, you can also see the number of people that have. So it's 1,000, 1,000, 956, 893, 854. You can see people dropping
Mm,
it as they go.
interesting.
But I don't know. I liked it. I as a just an animation fan, I loved the style that
All right,
Marvel broke out
this is way
from
cook,
that.
Chris. Here you go.
Well, I mean, they really pushed the forms. Like when you first, especially that first episode, and you look at the 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 body shapes and the faces and everything and the backgrounds and everything, they didn't they didn't just like try to be uber realistic or anything like that. They really let the artist cook, and I really appreciated that throughout the whole thing. And plus the extremely smooth animation of it, the bright color, the flashiness, the well designed action of it. I think overall it was an extremely well done series on a
Mm,
technical level. Great voice acting, had a good time with it. Um, the story was kind of wavery. I like the whole idea of it, and
You know,
I
something
give
that
it.
I was
It's definitely
expecting you to say
watchable,
because you
highly
normally do
watchable
this is what were we
for me.
expecting before watching it based on trailers, and then I no, no, but that's usually a good
I
thing when you
forgot it
ask
was
that
coming
question.
out.
Normally, I would say for this particular show,
Yeah.
I didn't have any expectations because I wasn't sure if they were going to actually release it. I think they kept pushing it back, and there was a bunch of other issues happening with Marvel, and particularly the Disney Plus Marvel shows, where they're like, we're going to cut back some of these shows, and then out of nowhere, like 4 weeks before it's released, boom, it's on our radar. So with very little marketing. So I wasn't sure what the storyline was going to be. It was going to be
Uh,
present day, like the Dora Milaje or whatever. So I came in without any expectations. Watched all 4 episodes, and then was like, okay, was this show needed? Maybe not. Was I entertained? Mildly entertained. I'm not going to say I thought it was terrible. It wasn't Secret Invasion terrible. It wasn't What If season 2 terrible. But I think that I had coming in without any expectations probably made it better for me than if I kind of knew a little bit more about it and then watched it and then feel a little disappointed. Just want to get that.
so I guess I'd be interested to look up to see if it was meant to be a larger story, a larger
Could
series,
have
and it got
happened.
cut down like heavily to four, because 4 episodes is a weird range. But if we look
Tales of the
at
Jedi.
the Star
Yeah.
Wars has done like 3 of these: Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Sith, and Tales of the Underworld, right?
mm, yep.
And they've been about this long. So maybe this is just a trial. Like, hey, can these characters stick? Can this style stick? Will people react positively to this? You know, I'm about to sneeze.
You're welcome.
Excuse me. All right, back. So yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. It is very small. It's very contained. It doesn't really interact too hard with
Hmm.
any of the other stories. Just a teeny bit at the end. And so, if you're just looking for more Wakanda and more of that world within the universe, like this is cool. I think you might enjoy this. And with that, um the Golden City episode, the Iron Fist episode, I'd be interested in this for something like that. Like, make some cool otherworldly 4 episode animated series for a lot of these places that we don't get to see in the movies.
Let's be honest. I think for that to work, you have to reintroduce the character in the live action world. You cannot do another animated version of the Iron Fist lore without having an actual Iron Fist in the main MCU live action world. It would do a disservice to do another, an animated version of this character, yet it doesn't connect to the overall. Because Eyes of Wakanda, the
Hmm.
reason why it was even on anyone's radar is because it was extending the lore that we already established from Ryan Coogler in the first two movies, right? And then maybe Ironheart a little bit. So that's why it hit everyone's interest even before it was like pushed back, delayed, and all other stuff. With Iron Fist, although that was my second least favorite, I did like the portrayal of the character a lot more than the live action version, but I'm not ready to go on a hill and be like, yeah, give me more, give me more of this without
Yeah,
Iron Fist in the real world. By the way, last night I was watching Shang Chi, and I'm like, there's so much that's left on the table that Marvel has not done with both of these characters, Shang Chi and Iron Fist.
oh,
Mm.
you could do an awesome 10 Rings history, like his dad, like Shang-Chi's dad history, 4 episodes could be real fun.
That there you go, there you go.
But like
But
Iron
dude,
Fist
he
is
lived for a
like it could
thousand
I
years. At some point, I'm sure he
right.
crossed paths with both Wakanda and the Iron Fist clan.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially as he's moving across, like he would run into the Ancient One. You could do, you know I like What If is kind of more on the fun side of all this. The way episode 2 was, like, drew me in. I was like, oh, this is really interesting. This character's interesting. His betrayal is really interesting. you know and that wasn't even like Marvel based so much as the, like, oh, we tapped into Greek history and Greek mythology and had fun with it there. Like, you can do the same thing too. You don't just have to interact with other Marvel characters, even though you can, because we have things like Thor, or the Norse mythology, or the
You
more
can
of the
do
Greek
that. You can do
mythology.
that. Yep.
Right.
Mm.
You can get, if you want to get Hercules in there, you want to get, those kind of things. Like, have, like, blow it out, like, get big with it. It'd be fun. But I don't
Yeah.
know, with this reception, do you think they would continue these?
That's a good question. I really don't know because right now everything that comes out of Marvel, you critically you can say it's good. Like Thunderbolts, for example. You could say it was a decent outing of a Marvel live action movie, but then you see the box office. It's not it's not reciprocating that critical claim. Fantastic Four, another one. Um, these animation shows, whether they're good or not to the fans, the public kind of reacts differently. So I don't know Disney's appetite for many of this creative one offs. Um, but I guess you know what? Honestly, none of this is going to matter until Avengers next year. We're going to know better. That's going to be a litmus test. How well the Spider-Man and Avengers Doomsday, how well those two movies are received in the general audience, will probably tell Disney, "Hey, we're back in. We're really back. Like MCU's really back, and now let's do what's that?
I can't see it. Okay,
Oh, the
so
box
what this
office.
is, this is a
Yeah,
box office thing, because I looked it up recently, and you just sparked my memory here. So, the what was the total worldwide box office for the original Iron Man estimated?
I want to say like
$7.
700 million.
584.
All right.
Mm.
What is the Fantastic Four? I mean, as of when I took this,
500
Fantastic
million.
Four first steps.
500 million.
445.
All right.
And that was before these last couple of weeks. So it wasn't going up a lot. So it's going to be under 500, but they're
But
ballpark.
when you look at inflation, it underperformed tremendously.
Okay, we're not talking inflation, okay? We're talking straight dollars here.
Well, yeah, when you
Can't do
count
that.
inflation,
Come on,
Iron Man
man.
made like
Oh, wait.
$12 billion.
Captain America first event. It wasn't that long ago, okay? It wasn't that long ago.
Go ahead.
It
Captain
was
America
84
first
No,
Avenger.
years.
let's. I know where Chris is
Captain
going.
America
Go ahead.
first Avenger,
Yes.
$370 million total
Okay,
box office.
but you know what?
Thunderbolt, $382 million. So my point is not that these are better than those movies or anything like that. My point is Marvel and us geeks have to look at this like phase one. This is phase one box
This is
office.
where I
You
disagree with you,
cannot
Frank.
pretend that after Endgame, we are just going to turn around and continue to make billion-dollar movies.
Captain
We
America:
aren't.
First Avenger was not as widely received outside of the main MCU fans
Right.
because everyone who's not a true comic book nerd will tell me
Right.
they didn't
That's
like
where we
First
are
Avenger.
again.
They didn't like
Fantastic
First Avenger.
Four, just because you had some crappy 2000s movies doesn't mean that the general audiences are going to jump on Fantastic
And what
Four.
did Marvel do? They
The
pivoted.
Thunderbolts
They went with the
are
Russo brothers.
second hand of second hand characters, you know?
But
So you're reintroducing new characters that you got to make fresh audiences fall in love with to want to come to the
you're
theaters.
missing the
And so
point
your
here.
box office return is
You're
going to
missing the
reflect
point.
that
Marvel
building
pivoted.
time.
Hold on. Marvel pivoted because they realized that, okay, the Captain America movie, the first one, didn't do as well as they had hoped to do. So then after the Avengers movie came out and we got Iron Man 3, they went with the Russo brothers. And the Russo brothers what broke the character. It wasn't the first movie. It wasn't even the Avengers movie. It was when Winter Soldier came out with the real fresh look at the character. That's when people were like, oh, what is this?
Yes,
That's
but
when
you
the
need that
general
phase
audience was like,
one
I like this
movie
Captain
to
America
introduce
character.
people to these characters and get them slightly interested, willing to go to a big movie about them. Okay? So you can't just say, here's another Avengers movie. Like, people aren't going to care. You have to build up to it. And Marvel Phase 4 and Phase 5, they've been running around like introducing characters for like 5 years.
Yeah,
And
dude,
like
but there's
they're
so
not
many
they,
there's
they
so many
didn't try
evidence
to
that
build
prove
anymore.
so many evidence that disproves your point. Guardians of the Galaxy was a bunch of no ones. No ones. And it
But it
did
came out in the
extremely well.
middle of the height of the
No,
Marvel.
it came out when Marvel was dipping. You forget after Thor Dark World and Iron Man 3 and Age of Ultron.
Iron Man 3 made
Hold on,
how
sorry,
much money do you
wrong
think Iron
example.
Man
Wrong
3 made?
example. Wrong example. Age of Ultron was when all of a sudden Marvel was like, "Yo, we have a problem here.
Age of
Something is
Ultron made
wrong."
$1 billion.
Age of Ultron did not make $1 billion. We need to go
All
back and look
right.
at that number. But that was when
I'm looking at that number.
critics were like, "Age of Ultron, what's happening here? Marvel's in trouble." Thor: The Dark World, another example where all of a sudden it's like, this franchise is dying, and it took a combination of Russo brothers and James Gunn to kickstart back. Like they were through. There was a slump that they were
Avengers
going through.
Age of Ultron grossed $1.4 billion worldwide. Like,
This is cumulative now, not back when it was out,
dude, it
right?
hasn't been re-released to the theaters. This is what it made in its run. So, like, I understand, like, from a critical point of view, we looked at phase 2 and we said this is not as strong as phase 1, but it still drew people in. Like, people were still interested in the characters and still buying in. Not maybe phase 3 level, but they were buying in. Like, but right now, phase 1. Build phase 1 again. And I think they can do that. They've had several releases with positive word of mouth, with okay box offices. Like, it's okay. I think Marvel freaked out because they screwed up in the last couple of phases.
So I think the difference there too was Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. There was
The Infinity Saga.
there were Yeah, the Infinity Saga was something they were heading towards, and people were excited for
They
that.
were birthing it. It was very
It
tiny.
was like Star Wars. I hate to bring in Star Wars in this, but Force Awakens, no matter what you want to say whether it's a good movie or a bad movie, it reignited the Star Wars fandom for good or bad.
Absolutely did.
But then
Mm-hmm.
the next two movies split. It was a civil
But
war.
they also made $1 billion.
They
Like
yes,
you
Rise of
can't just
Skywalker
ignore
made a
the
billion
fact that they
dollars. But
continued to
why is
bring in
Star Wars?
audiences.
But you know what? Great point. The Rise of Skywalker still made a lot of money. Yet somehow Star Wars is like, yeah, we need to pause and rethink this entire
Because
franchise.
online fanboys they listen too much to the little tiny bit of fandom who was very loud in the corner. If they had just gone upon their merry way, they would have
And it's not
spread their
just
wings a bit.
MCU. DC's having this. So, all right, we're gonna spin ourselves in a tipsy. But the point is, well, us three true nerds and stuff. Yeah, we have our own thoughts about all of this stuff, but we're not the ones that's dictating box office critical claims.
No.
Now, we're a small minority of people that make these studios either pivot or run towards the same direction. So, I think just to close the circle in this conversation, with Marvel taking risks like Eyes of Wakanda or What If Season 3, whatever, they're at a moment right now that they're waiting to get the flavor of what's happening in the zeitgeist of fandoms, right? They want, and I think it really is going to come down to next year's closeout of Phase 6, right? This is the end. Phase 6 is the end of Multiverse Saga. You got Spider Man Brand New Day, you got Avengers Doomsday, and then thereafter Avengers Secret Wars. I think those three. I don't think there's any other TV property that's coming. Maybe Marvel Zombies. Yeah, we can skip that.
That's not going to mean
Yeah,
anything.
I think those three movies are going to tell us exactly where the next saga of Marvel is going to go with creative folks who want to take a risk or not take a risk or
Yeah,
make a
unfortunately,
pause.
I'm not seeing a lot from Disney itself at taking creative risks, and that's worrying me that the parent
And I agree
company
with you. There,
is
you and I
going
agree.
bad.
All right, sorry, we got long winded.
All right, before we should finish this one off, we should
Rise of
give our
Skywalker is terrible, by the way.
yes,
Oh,
it
I
is.
agree
So
with you, but it
you
still
can
made
throw whatever
money.
numbers you want. It
It
was still a
still
bad
made
movie.
money.
Look,
Yeah, I know it made money.
but when something makes money, unfortunately, it doesn't teach the parent
The
company
Yugo
anything.
made
Trans
money too. It was a shitty car.
Transformers Rise of the Beast.
Transformers made lots of money, and they kept making those things until it stopped making money. That's what it was.
Last Jurassic Park made a shit ton of money
Fuck,
still.
800 million.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
All
Oh,
right,
and
let's
Love and
move on.
Thunder actually made a lot of money too.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So, what are our grades for Eyes of Wakanda now that we got
Ooh.
this off?
Mike, you go first, Mike. I'm not ready.
I think I'm gonna go B on this one. I was entertained. The only one thing that really pissed me off though was how much Killmonger was right, because these people had motor vehicles, flight capabilities, and meanwhile,
Oh yeah, in like
they,
8th century BC, and he
yeah.
like pulls out a jet out of the snow.
So then when Europe came and stole people to send to as for slaves in the New World, Wakanda just said,
Not our
I
people.
don't see nothing happening here.
Not our people. And by sheer
Yeah,
luck of a fucking meteor asteroid landing in a very
right.
specific spot, they felt they were privileged enough not to care. The
Yeah,
Five Kingdoms. Damn, that's we can go deep in that one. But
I know. They had walkie talkies and everything, man. They could have. Anyway.
and I felt the Achilles character pain in that moment. Like, dude, we've been brothers in arms for all this time. You mean to tell me that
Oh.
you had a whole other set of technology, like
Right.
other mission, like anyway.
Those
So
those two voice those two voice actors did a fantastic job on that
they
episode.
did.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
yeah. So I mean, overall, very entertaining. Good animation. I liked it. Some good story. I like the way it tied to the first movie towards the end there. So I
Mm-hmm.
give it a B.
All right, I'm
Um,
gonna go. Do you want
oh,
me to go, or do you want?
Chris, go there.
I'm gonna give it a B plus. I also really liked it. I liked how they pushed the animation and the style and really made it its own thing. And I would like to see more like this, even if it's not perfect. Like more creativity, more options. It's like the era of Disney that was really kind of Wild West style wise, and it kind of missed that the Hercules of it all, or the one with the spaceship and the pirate ship, whatever. I can't think of it right now. Brain is mush, but Treasure Planet. That's the one. Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet, Jesus.
Anyway, that era of
Alrighty.
Disney should be the new era of Disney. Go nuts. Let the artists speak. Have fun and do something interesting. B plus.
Um, I guess I'm gonna anchor this. First of all, I don't have Chris's eye for animation, so to me, it kind of looked the same, like What If and everything before that. Although I do have a musical ear, and I was hoping that Ludwig would have composed some of this, which he did not. But the music didn't really distract me. It didn't. I didn't feel like they made some bad musical choices. The story, I think, again, I'm gonna reiterate, the second episode was my favorite, which was by itself I would have given it an A, just that episode. But then when you marry in the pilot and the finale, episode three, I had to be honest with myself and say, I can't give it any higher than a B minus. I think they didn't take enough risks throughout the show. The finale bothered me a little bit more than it should. Um, and it was cute that it ties into Killmonger's story, but to me it was just like you're creating. Okay, so we already beat this movie the show to death, but apparently a super secret aliens came and no one else was able to stop them because Wakanda was never open up. I mean, where was the Avengers, New Avengers? To me, none of that stuff. Okay, like I had to ignore the logic side of this war to allow the story to continue, the narrative of them having to go back in time, multiple versions of time and timelines to fix it. So between that opening episode and the finale, I was like, I can't give this more than a B minus. So that's where I stand with the grade of the show.
That's still a solid grade. That's a recommendation to watch to me.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. That's gonna be it. We will continue another Marvel discussion another day. I appreciate you guys joining me for this animation style Heroes Peak. Mike, where can everybody find us so they can tell us what is their favorite Marvel upcoming series?
Yeah, as usual, all over the internet at Heroes Peak. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, Grinder.
Whoa! They spotted
Anyway,
you there, buddy. Not Chris anymore.
That's a real peak over there on that hero.
that's right.
Thanks.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell in the corner to get notifications and leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of Eyes of Wakanda, what your favorite episode was, and if you want more of that kind of stuff.
And
Absolutely.
folks, leave a comment. We know we're getting views. Our viewers are getting up. Our subscribers are getting up. But we're still not getting any interaction and engagement from you guys, other than direct text messages on Facebook or. Please leave a comment. Send us questions.
Even just hit the just you know what, you don't watch the whole show. I get it. Sometimes we're busy. Hit the like button. Doesn't cost you anything. Takes less than a second. It drives engagement.
And share it with any
We'd
friends you
appreciate
know that
it.
might be into this stuff too.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
Hey, Indigo made the beat.